There's a series of problems. For 30 years, we've been talking about them. It's really, not just about energy security. It's not just about economic productivity. It's not just about environmental impact. In fact, you have to solve all these problems simultaneously. I look at this thing, and when I get asked that question, when is this stuff going to be real? The first thing I say is it's real today. It's a $150 billion business today. Most of it is not in the U.S. About 10% of it is in the U.S. Most of it is internationally driven by public policy of other countries. How much can you achieve? My retort to that question is, how much do you want? Because it's not a matter of technical potential. It's not a matter of our ability to get there. It's a matter of our willingness to get there. These are the things that have been advertised, and I think they're serious about this. First is $150 billion in alternative energy over the next 10 years. That's $15 billion a year. Today's budget, 1.5. That's what we need in terms of investment. We can take all the advantage of what we've invested in the past to get immediate results, but if we're ever going to solve the problem, get to meaningful penetration of clean technologies, we need a continual investment in innovation. It is about innovation that's going to get us to where we need to be. Buildings, in fact, the as-built environment is incredibly inefficient. 40% of the primary energy is in our residential and commercial buildings. 71% electricity. That's amazing. We've got objectives within the national program that says, let's set some goals that are pretty high. Zero energy buildings. We were part of a study that said, what is the potential for renewable, for wind technology to satisfy the electricity generation of the country? And with some very modest assumptions, our conclusion was that you can get 20% of our electricity generated by wind by the year 2030 in this country. If you just use the best sites only, excluded all the other stuff that you really can't build on, or somehow it's too difficult to build on, and look at only the things that are close to transmission lines, concentrating solar power by itself has 6 times the U.S. generation capacity. Okay, so let's make our cars more efficient. I think that's important. Let's also make our transportation systems more environmentally friendly. Let's think about transport in a different way. This is not only a domestic problem. This is an international problem. The U.S. can do everything we're talking about here, and then some, meet all our targets, 80% reduction of carbon by 2050, like the President wants to do, and not make a dent in climate change if India and China aren't on board.